idiots. Idiots all the time. I got to deal with idiots. I don't know what I'm doing. Excuse me. I can pull my pants up. I know I just placed an order with you, but I don't know what I did with it. I don't have anything on my computer. I'm a fucking moron. Jesus Christ. It's like dealing with fucking 10-year-olds. Sometimes 10-year-olds are trying to be smarter than you, but they're not. But anyways, who am I? Who am I to say? I spent my last $15. I don't know what to do. Fucking dipshits. All right, here we go. Let's get it under control here, people. Ready?
Oh, I don't know what this thing is. I think it's a strip show, dance show.
Work there, dude.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Welcome back to DeaconLive. On this week's show, this weekend, I know you ain't trying to rob me. And are you down with NPC? And also, why can't Miranda sing anymore? And also, a weird update on the RUDY story. All this and much more we discussed here on DeaconLive. How are you? How are things? How are things going? Are you doing okay? Are you getting along with everyone? I wish I could say I'm getting along with people, but sometimes you just got to deal with morons and take it as a grain of salt and just sit there and grin through your teeth and you know, I'm doing it. No, everything's good. You're doing the right thing. That's what you're doing. So sometimes you just have to take the high road and go, you know what? This person I'm dealing with is a moron. And so there you go. I'll leave that person alone. Well, there's a couple of them out there, but I'll just leave this one person alone. One thing that I wish I was left alone is now, I thought that this disease was only for kids. And when I say for kids, dirty people, because you think kids being dirty and running around, you know, throwing mud in their face and eating sticks and do kids still do that? Do they go outside and touch the earth anymore, Mother Earth, or are they all on their phones and stuff? And even the phones are nastier than some toilet seats in this world, especially a truck stop toilet seat. But I got something that I haven't had since I was probably 10, 11, maybe 12 years old, when I was in like middle school or junior high, whatever you guys call it now. I got something the other day, and I just thought it was a freak. Here on the properties, you guys know we have 22 some odd acres, a bunch of horses, cattle, all that stuff. But a lot of animals, and with a lot of animals comes a lot of residue and a lot of things as far as, you know, cleaning up this and picking up this, and you're dealing with a lot of different things as far as like hay and food and samples and all this different outside interference getting entered to your body. Now, I thought I had allergies, and some of you guys can know where I'm going with this. I thought I had allergies for a long time. My eye just kept watering, and it would always happen. I'd take the bales of hay and I'd throw it out to the horses, and sometimes there's like a ragweed or something that gets in there, and I'm just like, you know, I feel like my eye starts getting bothered or irritated. And so, you know, I wipe it off and then go on about my day. Well, this week, starting this past Saturday, it would just keep draining. And I'm like going, why is this thing, what is wrong with me? So my wife looks at it. She's like, you got any like funk in there? I go, no, I don't think so. I said, it doesn't itch. It doesn't burn. Well, it itched a little bit, but not like a scratchy itch. It just was leaking just out of one eye. I've got a leak in my eye. Someone needs to shut the tear ducts off. But she's like, take an allergy pill. You should be fine. I'm like, okay. So I take an allergy pill, lay in bed. Of course, now I have cotton mouth in the middle of the night. I'm fucking sawing sawdust. You're snoring sawdust, you know. I'm drinking my nightstand water every 5 seconds. Wake up in the morning. Nope, nothing's changed. Eyes still draining a little bit. And then I kind of scratch a little bit. And there's like, I can feel it. It's like, if you're watching this on camera, and don't forget, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video as well. You can see us over on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe over there as well. I got a lot of visuals in this show, so you might want to go over there and like and subscribe now. I'm not going to bombard you with a bunch of shit. I'm not in it for the money. It's just another avenue for you guys to watch us do the podcast. And if you're watching me, and I'm doing this with my fingers, like I'm pinching it, and like pinch. I was pinching the goop or whatever coming out of my eyes, and it was kind of stringy. Not like snot stringy, just kind of like it stuck a little bit. And I'm like, ugh, for real? Are you telling me at my age right now, I've got fucking pink eye? Yeah. So I can't tell. I haven't, like I said, I haven't had it since I was 12 years old. The last time I had pink eye, I fell asleep as a kid, as a child, woke up, and my whole entire eye was just completely crusted shut. And I would have to like pick the crust off of it to open my eye up. Now I haven't gotten it that bad this time. I have, woken up and there's little crunchies in the corner, and I just chalk it up to, Sandman sleep dust in my eyes. So my wife goes, all right, well, you need to go to the hospital. You need to go to the emergency room or something like that to get your little drops. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere for fucking pink eye. I said, there's got to be some kind of at-home remedy. There's got to be something here in the house that I can put in my eye to get rid of it. It's a shame that something as simple as pink eye, you have to go see a doctor so they can prescribe you. Like as soon as you walk in, the doctor should go poke you in the nose and go, you've got pink eye. Here's your little medicine dropper, little eyedropper thing, and it's about the size of the tip of my thumb. Probably costs $50. The visit to the doctor is $79 if you got good insurance, if not more than that. I'm not doing, and wasting what? How many hours to get in line at emergency or like a Centricare or something like that? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So my wife says, well, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to just suffer. Now, I read online that if you wait long enough, it'll actually pan out. Just keep flushing your eye with like natural tears, like when you use, if you have contacts or whatever. Don't tell my wife I used her thing. I did. Like for the first 2 days, I used her little, I didn't stick it in my eye like I'm friggin' putting a douchebag in my eyeball. I kind of held it back and squirted it about a foot distance if you're watching me on the video here. And it would drain out, and I'd take a damp rag and wipe it down. And then I said, babe, I could have sworn we've got those pink eye droppers around here somewhere. I don't know where they are. That's what she says. I don't know where they are. I'm like, babe, I know. I have got a mental inventory, weird enough as it is, of weird shit in this house. I don't know where it is. Here's the one for the dog. So for 2 days, I'm doing the drops that I use for the dogs, and I'm using it, and it's not burning or anything. It's not really doing much of anything. I think it's kind of a lower dose. And sure enough, here she comes Monday morning out of her office area. She just happens to open up her little tray drawer in the front. She's like, oh my God, here you go. I forgot I had this when I had pink eye in 2015. So here we are in 2023. I'm like, yeah, it's still good, right? And I'm shaking it, looking at it. I don't see anything floating around in there. Squirt, squirt, squirt. And of course, if you had the full strength medicine, it would be gone in 2 days. Well, here I am, day number 6 or 7. I've lost count, but it's getting better. But here's the thing that they say to do if you have pink eye. What do they always say? If you've ever had pink eye before, when you go to bed and you wake up, wash those pillowcases. Wash whatever this and wash whatever that. I haven't done that. I'm not doing. I just don't sleep on that side of the pillow that night. So I've got 3 pillows, so that's 6 nights of sleep. I can sleep on one side of the pillow this night, flip it over, sleep on this side of the pillow. By the time I get to Friday, I would have exhausted all the sides of the pillows that I can lay on, and then I'll wash them. It's a pain in the ass. When you're a kid, your parents are right on top of you. Get that done, fix that. Here's the medicine, here's the stuff. We'll wait in line and do all that. And as an adult, you're like, it's fucking pink eye. Now, you say, well, how do you get pink eye? The only way that I know that you get pink eye is it's a bacterial infection. It's called conjunctivitis. And there's a comedian out there who messes with puppets, and Jeff Dunham, and he talks about when he had pink eye. And the thing that sticks out in my head is he's got a son. At the time of the special, he had a son, 1, 2 years old, and they have a cat. And the son used to poke his finger in the cat's butt. Well, Jeff Dunham, the father, didn't know that the son was doing that. So the son's poking him in the face with these poop-stained fingers, and he got pink eye. Now, I don't have a son. I don't have any children running around, but I do have a cat. And our cat has long, long hair. It's like a Mancoon or something like that. And there's always stuff stuck to the cat's fur. So, of course, stroking the cat. What a good kitty. Achoo! And rub my eyes, rub my face. Sure enough, cat poop probably right in my eye. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out. I've never had pink eye. Then we've had this cat now for almost 2 years, maybe a little over 2 years. And now I'm getting pink eye. So I'm blaming the cat. I'm blaming the cat for that gave me pink eye. All right, guys, lots to talk about, lots to get into, and we'd like to hear from you. All you have to do, if you'd like to be part of the show, is go over to Prophet Radio, proud sponsors of Deacon Live. That's PROPHET Radio. At the bottom of the page, click on the Be Heard section. It's a little blue bar. Click on that. Record your whatever you'd like to record and send it. It comes right to our inbox, and we'll play it on the very next podcast as well. And you can be podcast famous, and you can be anonymous as well if you'd like. All right, guys, lots to get into. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? Well, we'll give you something for free, but you got to do me a favor. You got to go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio.com. Proud sponsors of Deacon Live, and at the top of the page says free swag. Pick out yourself a little prize pack out of there. You can see all the different podcasts that are linked to the Prophet Radio website. You can also hear some live streaming music over there. A lot of local artists can be found over there as well. Show them some love, and they will show you some love as well by filling out that free swag form at the top of the page. Now, we broadcast out of a small little town just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. The beautiful town, and I use that word, that term loosely, beautiful town of Marshville. We have a population of 2,500 people. We are the backbone of Union County, which if you live in North Carolina, we have a nickname called Onion County because we stink. This area, Union County, is a very agricultural county. We have chicken houses, we have farmhouses, we have cattle, we have all this stuff. Hence the term that we only have 2,500 people that live in this little area, this little community that I live in. Probably where I got the pink eye from touching the cattle. But one of the things that Marshville is actually famous for is a country singer by the name of Randy Travis. Now, if you don't know who Randy Travis is, ask your mom, ask your dad, ask your grandpa. They probably all know if they're a fan of country music, if not just music in general. And the only reason why I bring this story up is because Randy Travis, Randy Travis's stagehand, I guess they had to attach that. His stagehand was shot dead by his wife over an alleged affair, Nashville police say. A former stagehand of the country star, Randy Travis, was allegedly shot dead by his wife on Sunday because she believed that he was having an affair, according to police. I don't know why we had to bring Randy Travis into this. Just say a lighting stagehand for a popular country music artist. Anyways, police arrested Christine Ann Roberts, 72 years old, after she allegedly fatally shot her husband, Thomas Roberts, 68 years old, in the chest around 8 p.m. on the front porch of her Howard Avenue home in Nashville. According to the police officers at the scene, Christine Roberts made a spontaneous utterance that she shot her husband dead because she thought that he was cheating on her. Says the arrest affidavit. Okay, now listen. She's 72, he's 68, all right? So, are you afraid? I mean, I can understand people, relationship, if you're married, you're married. Were they married? Yeah, husband, right? Husband and wife. Till death do you part. But to cheat on someone at that age, is it, I don't know. You're getting into a weird web as far as, he's 70 or 68 and she's 72. Maybe she wasn't putting out anymore. Maybe he wasn't putting out. I don't know. Maybe he found, a younger woman, probably a smashing 65-year-old that just floated his boat. Well, anyways, I just thought it was weird that they attached Randy Travis to this stagehand, lighting stagehand, those guys. Now, back to keeping in line with poopy talk, Airbnb. Some Airbnbs are having a hard time convincing people to sign up for their program. And when I say sign up, they post these pictures of the houses that are not all nice and neat. And you're like, oh, wow, that's really great. And then you get there and it's just a big old pile of crap. And you're like, this is not what the picture said. Now, this guy right here, hear me out. This gentleman signed up to go to spend the night at an Airbnb. The gentleman's name is David Holtz. He is a professor of business at the University of California in Berkeley. All right. So you're like, he's a smart guy, right? He tweeted out this picture, and let me switch cameras here so you can see it. And don't forget, for every podcast we do, We have a matching video so you can see it, and you can see exactly what this room looks like. Just go over to YouTube and click like and subscribe and do all that stuff. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not doing it for millions of posts. I'm just trying to give you guys another avenue to watch us. So here we go. Not all Airbnbs look alike in their photos shown on their listing site, but one traveler was unpleasantly surprised to find that Airbnb he had rented was actually just a large bathroom with a bed in it. He tweeted out this past Monday, David Holtz, who is a professor of business, remember that, California, Berkeley, got to be somewhat smart to be there. He says that the whole space is essentially a largish bathroom, and the host put a bed into it. The photo shows a room with a sink, shower, toilet, and a bed crammed into a small space where all the floors are tiles and the walls are tiled. So if you're looking at it right here, here's his bed. Doesn't even look like a full-size bed. It looks like it might be 5 feet long. Look, they rolled the towel up, just like they do on a cruise line. There's the shitter, there's the shower, there's the sink. You know, this is not, and I say cruise line, I've been on a cruise before, and this is exactly what the low budget. I mean, you know, a 6-day cruise is like $200 something. These are the rooms that you get, and they look like this. So maybe this person said, hey, if they can do it on a cruise line, I'll do it on this. But man, come on. They put the pictures on there. There's no way to fish eye lens this bathroom that's probably 8 by 10. No, it's not even 8 by 10. It's probably 8 by 6. And make it look like it's a 3-star or a 3-room apartment. You know what you were getting into, Professor? And remind me not to take your class if you actually said, this is where I want to stay. Your choice of judgment is not quite there in my offense, or my defense. We'll go with that one. Now, Rudy. Switch back to camera 1, all about me. Rudy, remember last week I told you about Rudy? Rudy was found on the steps of a Houston church. He's been missing since 2015. The story goes he was out taking a walk with his dogs, ended up missing, and then 8 years, what's math on that? 8 years later, 7 years later, he shows up on the doorstep of this Houston church. Miraculous. Oh my God, Rudy's found. We praise Rudy. Let's, they found him. Well, the more we dive into the story, the more weirder it gets. So let's go to, where are we going to? NBC News. And you can see this video right here. So here we go. NBC News is going to tell us a little bit more about what actually happened with Rudy.
Draped in a towel, but alive. New images of Rudy Farias as the mystery around his disappearance deepens. The 25-year-old was allegedly found last week outside a church and unresponsive, his family says, 8 years after he allegedly vanished without a trace while walking his dogs. His mother, Janie Santana, reported the then 17-year-old missing on March 7, 2015. But investigators now say he was home with her almost the entire time.
What?
It was discovered that Rudy returned home the following day on March 8th, 2015.
The stunning revelation uncovered after police interviewed Farias.
The mother, Janie, continued to deceive police by remaining adamant that Rudy was still missing.
Santana even releasing a statement after her son was found, thanking the media and the public for their support.
Oh, you found him!
Writing, "My son Rudy is receiving the care he needs to overcome his trauma, but at this time, he is nonverbal and not able to communicate with us." Investigators say Farias and his mom had several run-ins with police over the years, but gave fake names and birthdays so he remained a missing person. Tonight, no clues as to why the mother and son would knowingly keep the lie going, but police say they do not suspect foul play.
We don't have any information to say there was any kind of kidnapping or anything like that right now.
And as for what's next, police say the investigation is still ongoing and that Santana could still be charged for giving false information in a police report.
So a little bit more on that story, because I dove into a little bit more and I found that article there. So what actually happened, the police said that, hey, look, they found the kid was staying at home. And you go, well, how did they know that? Well, they asked like the neighbors and stuff, and they're like going, Dolphy? That was his name, Dolphy? He's been hanging out with us in the garage and playing with our kids and stuff for the last couple of years. Well, the kid's name is Rudolph. They couldn't put 2 and 3 together. Oh, no, this isn't Rudy. This is Dolphy. Fucking idiots. And then another thing is, when they found him, he was emptying out his pockets and stuff, at the jail, or not jail, but the police precinct, and he had a credit card in his pocket. And the weird part is the credit card was his mother's credit card that she had 2 years ago. Now, if the kid's been missing for 7 some odd years, how does he come across a credit card that his mom had that was 2 years old? So they were going around and around and around, and you're like going, well, maybe she kept him at home, put up a GoFundMe, and was going to make money off of him. Well, yes, I could see that too, but she only raised about $2,000, so she didn't get a whole lot of money from the GoFundMe, and GoFundMe shut her down right away and suspended her, as they should. They've got values and stuff too. But yeah, so he was been at home, and I don't know if there was sexual activity or abuse or anything like that. There's a whole bunch of theories that are going out there where he was drugged, he was put on like sedated, so he was walking around like a zombie, and he couldn't really say, no, I'm Rudy. He just kind of, and after so long of doing that, your brain turns into mush, and you go, okay, yes, maybe I am this person that they say I'm Dolphy or whatever my name is this week to keep me out of the limelight. And now here he goes, he shows up. All right, guys, when we come back, I watched this show on Netflix. It was called Miranda Sings, and I thought it was so cool, it was so quirky, and it takes a certain kind of humor, which is what I have to find humor in this, and the character of Miranda Sings, and the creator, Colleen Bellinger, is getting into a lot of heat for grooming adolescents for the most part. Now, we'll dive into that big story that's coming out right now and affecting a whole lot of teenagers out there. All right, so stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want to be heard? Of course you do. We'd love to hear from you. And the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio. Proud sponsors of Deacon Live. That's PROPHET radio.com. At the bottom of the page, there's a little blue tab that says Be Heard. Click on that. Start your recording. Speak right into it. You can be anonymous if you want. It comes right into our inbox, and we'll play it on this podcast or play it on the very next podcast. You can ask us questions. You can tell us what you like, what you don't like, or anything like that. Just be open, and you can cuss if you want. Shit, I don't care. I cuss all the time. Goddamn. But if you want to just say something and be part of the show, you can be podcast famous. Go over to prophetradio.com, click on Be Heard, opens up a microphone, hit record, and start getting on board with us. Now, these people right here were on board a flight from Paris to Toronto. No lie, this is a gentleman's name. Habib Bata was traveling from Paris to Toronto on June 30th when he discovered the floor under his seat, along with his wife's seat, was soaking wet. The Beirut-based journalist who was traveling with his wife and their 2 cats aboard Air France on a Boeing 777 noticed some strange smell shortly after takeoff. He said it smelled like manure. The first time traveling with a cat, he said, oh my God, this is the cats have crapped in their cage, shit in their cage, he thought. Then he said, well, maybe it's someone's body odor. So he's looking around, sniffing and all that, looked at the cats. Cats were fine, kind of went around, kind of sitting in this chair, smell, where's this smell coming from? Then he crouched on the floor to check on his pets and then put his hand down on the floor, and the floor was soaking wet. And he goes, all right, well, someone's actually spilled something, soda, beer, milk, whatever, and it's spoiled. When he pulled his hand up, it was completely red. Yes, red, like blood. Yes, blood red. And it kept coming up red. So he started wiping the floor, and it just kept coming up red. And he's like, ding, ding. You hit the little button above you with a blood-soaking hand, and the stewardess comes over and goes, yes, what's going on? It seems to be a lot of blood underneath my seat. Is there any way we can move to another seat? We don't like sitting in blood-stained seats. The stewardess says, no, the plane's completely full. And he's like, all right, then, being posh and stuff, we'll just sit here and figure out what's going on. So the stewardess then started handing them towels and trying to hand them soap to clean up and stuff. So you're like going, all right, how did the blood get there? Well, they said they didn't know until a flight they said that they didn't know. The flight attendant said no one knew on the plane except for this one flight attendant said, oh, we heard another passenger had a hemorrhage. And then I noticed the cat carrier was stained as well, and so on and so forth. And they handed us a couple bottles of Evian water to clean us up. All right, hemorrhaging. All right, so this person hemorrhaged blood out of themselves on the floor. No. It wasn't just blood. It was feces and everything else as well. All right, so did you try to clean this up before the plane got on? Oh, no, we don't have enough time to clean everything up. We just kind of moist towelette, wiped everything down and hoped that you guys wouldn't notice anything. No, a passenger previously on the flight before them got out. You know, they do the whole sweep of the plane, and then this couple, Habib, what I say his name is? Habib Bata, sat in his seat with his wife and his two cats, put the cats underneath the chairs, and noticed that there's blood and feces soaked into the carpet. And they said, okay, what do we do here? And right now, Air Paris or Air France is investigating actually what happened. I don't know, but what would cause someone to shit and piss blood out of their ass other than I'd be afraid of some kind of like biochemical warfare or something. You always see it in movies, you know, oh my God, everywhere. But they just shook it off like, no, it happens every day. You know, those Paris to Toronto flights, they can get out of hand sometimes. Now, someone who's gotten out of hand is this young lady right here. Now, her name is Colleen Behringer, but her actual persona, the character that she plays, is Miranda. And her series, which started on YouTube, is called Miranda Sings. So if you haven't seen this, I'm going to switch the camera forward. This is some of the stuff that Miranda Sings actually does. So here we go. She answers... it's kind of like a YouTube Q&A type thing, and she makes these quirky little videos. So here's one right here. It says, how do you dance at parties? Hashtag Ask Miranda. So here she goes. Now, if you haven't seen her before...
Favorite model pose?
Oops.
This one. The fun thing about this look is that it can go along with the look we just did. You can just put it on top of it. I'm just going to dip my finger in it.
So if you haven't seen her before, she's got red lipstick that's like extremely exaggerated around her lips. She wears her hair back in barrettes and then wears like sweatpants with a long sleeve shirt. And she's just very, very awkward. Well, the character herself is funny, but Colleen Ballinger is not funny at all. In the days following up let's see. How do we approach this? Over the past couple months, Miranda Sings' red lip striped shirt has graced the many thumbnails in the drama channel on YouTube videos. Oversharing Ballinger's podcast with Trisha Paytas, whom she allegedly shared unconsensual nude photos with fans, is also canceled as well. Previously in 2022 or 2020, Ballinger was accused of inappropriate behavior and sending lingerie to teenage fan Adam McCurney. Ballinger also responded in viral allegations in a 10-minute video titled Hi. So what was happening is she's responding to kids on Twitter under her real name, not Miranda Sings, under her real name, Colleen Ballinger. And she's asking all these weird questions like, what was it like when you got your first period? Which, okay, I understand that. But the people that are following her thinks it's supposed to be Miranda. I'm confused on the whole situation. But some of the stuff that she was saying and doing was very, very inappropriate. Now, I'm going to switch to camera 4 here. And you can see some of the stuff that she was actually doing. And the Twitters, and some of the posts that she actually made during this. Now, she made a 10-minute apology video with her playing the ukulele, and her like PR person said, no, don't do this. Don't put yourself out there. Let's handle this appropriately. And she's like, no, I want to sit here and play my ukulele for 10 minutes. So here's just a small 1-minute snippet, but someone made this video with all the stuff that she did wrong. And some of the stuff is kind of awkward. So here we go. I'm going to play this video. And you can see this video too. Just go over to profitradio.com and click on social contacts, and make sure you like and subscribe on all our social contacts, all the stuff that links us to you and you to us as well. So here we go.
I just wanted to say, the only thing I've ever grew...
Oop, let me go here.
So I just wanted to say that, The only thing.
This is her just sitting on a couch without her makeup on, and she's not an ugly person. You know, when she takes the makeup off, she's just kind of plain Jane looking. But she plays a ukulele, and this is what she's doing.
I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats. I'm not a groomer. I'm just a loser who did.
So one of the tweets that pops up says, "Are you a virgin?" You know, tweeting at whatever, and what's your favorite position? She's asking these 14, 15-year-old kids, even 10, 11, 12-year-old kids, these things. So, and this is what she was saying.
Even though a lot of you think so, everyone just believes that you are the type of person who manipulates and abuses children.
So she's on stage with a whole bunch of tampons in all these girls' mouths because Miranda doesn't know how to insert a tampon. So she's got all these teenage girls inserting tampons in her mouth and just doing bad stuff with 14 and 13-year-old girls.
For what it's worth, I never had any bad intentions. It seems like
There's the bra that she sent the one guy.
used about something, I don't know. The toxic gossip train.
And she's playing innocent. It's a toxic gossip train.
Jogging down the tracks of misinformation.
One guy posts, my ass looks good today, and Colleen Behringer replies, "Hey, Adam, send some pics." Adam is 10 years old, 11 years old. So
Toxic gossip train. You got a one-way ticket to manipulation station. Toxic gossip train.
So she's singing this song that it's a toxic gossip train, but yet there's all these things that are being posted around her of actually what she did. And I don't know if she meant to do it or she got intoxicated with the character. I'm going to switch back to me now. The character that she portrays, which was it's a great character. She could have done so much with that character and help girls that feel insecure about their bodies, other than asking them, what's your favorite position for sex? Or are you a virgin? Or all these other things under her actual main character, not her character's name, but under her her God-given name, if you want to do it that way. All right. So there you go. That's what's going on with her. And by the way, her world tour, her what do they call it? It's United States tour has been canceled. So out of the 19 dates that she had scheduled, there's 11 left that aren't going to see her. Woo, 19 shows. Hold on to yourself. Hold on to your tampons. All right, guys, when we come back, you ain't going to take my money, and I'm going to prove it to you. Don't try to stick me up with that weapon. It ain't shit. I'll dive into that whole story and what that means. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? Well, we'd love to give you something for free, but you got to do me a favor. Go on over to Prophet Radio, proud sponsors of Deacon Live. That's PROPHET Radio. Click on the free swag section. You can see a whole bunch of different podcasts, prize packs that are up there. And we also have a couple more headsets that we're giving out for free. Only here in the United States. Sorry, all those people over there in the UK. You can't get these, but you can go to gizmoleague.com and buy your own pair. There. Get your own. Now, this gentleman right here was trying to get his own and trying to get away from the cops. In Minnesota, a man was found dead in a freezer last month. He was hiding from the police, investigators say. The body of Brandon Lee Bushman, 34, who hailed from the town of Babbitt, was found in a chest freezer in the basement of an unoccupied home in Biwabik. I guess that's the way, Biwabik, Biwabik, on June 26th. This statement says that Bodwick had an active warrant for his arrest, and the police suspect. Oh, so I gotta read this again. Words are hard sometimes. Bushman had an active warrant for his arrest, and the police suspect. That's why, because they can't fucking type. That's why the police suspected he jumped into a freezer on his own accord to hide, but became trapped inside. When the police closed when closed, the freezer is not capable of being pushed open from the inside. The freezer was an older model that could not be opened from the inside, and the house had no electricity, so the freezer wasn't running when Bushman's body was found. Gilbert Police Department said the autopsy in the Midwest Medical Examiner Office determines that there was no trauma or injury to the body. Cops added that a toxicology report is expected to come back in several weeks. Police did not say what crime Bushman was wanted for, but maintained that an investigation is still going on. With any one information, please contact the Gilbert Police Department. So this guy says, oh shit, they're out to get me. I'm going to jump in this freezer in this abandoned house, and I'm going to shut the lid on it. And it doesn't open? What kind of freezer where it doesn't open? I guess it would probably click. And then you've got a little tongue or something on the handle where you hit the handle and it clicks, unlocks it and floats back up. But still, there's got to be a seal that you can like stick your finger in. And I don't know how those things are made, but I guess he's suffocated, died, dead, gone. See you later. One less court case we got to butcher or bother the circuit court with. Thanks for doing us a favor, idiot. Now, along the same lines as being an idiot, in Houston, back to Houston again, the Houston Police Department needs your help to find a man that tried to rob a woman on the north side of town, only to become frustrated and leave empty-handed. The video was captured from a failed armed robbery attempted near Alabasan, which is north of Victory Drive, on Thursday, June 29th. We're not to July yet. The woman told the police that she was getting her things from the passenger seat of her car when a man came up with a gun behind her. She said that the man pointed the gun at her and asked for her car keys. When she resisted, he became frustrated. That's when he was on the scene. He was seen on the video grabbing the woman's phone that she was on and smashing it against the ground. He took off empty-handed. If you know anything about the case, call Crime Stoppers, the 5,000. So if you want to see this video, I'm going to go back to camera 4. Jump on over to the YouTube page for DeaconLive. And the way you find that is go to profitradio.com, click on social contacts. You can see all the different platforms we're on. We're on iHeart, we're on Spotify, we're on iTunes, we're on Amazon, we're on Audible, we're on TikTok. We're also on YouTube, and YouTube is just a way for you to enjoy the show on a different level, a visual level as well. And you can see all the stuff behind the scenes and during breaks and stuff. It's not a whole lot of fun, but some people like the behind the scenes stuff. So here we go. We'll go to camera 4, and we can see this video. I don't think there's any audio to it. So it looks like an apartment complex, and, a row of cars out there in front of the apartment complex, and you can see in the bottom right-hand corner. Oh, of course, there's an ad. There's an ad. As soon as we get through the ad. All right. Yeah, there's no audio of this. So if you look at the very bottom right-hand side of the page, the woman's been blurred out. So she's got, looks like a little Ford sports car or something, blue, and she's in the passenger side. Now, there's a small little tree, like a crepe myrtle, in front of the camera, so you can't see the guy come up right away. I think the camera's going to zoom in on him. There we go. So it's a young kid. I'm going to say young kid. He's skinny. It's a black guy. He's got those stupid skinny jeans on. He's got black skinny jeans on. He's got a black hoodie on. No, nothing nefarious here. He's got a black backpack on and white tennis shoes. I think that's the standard. If you're just going to be a thug out in the street, this is what you wear because everyone looks alike, right? So here he goes. He comes up to her. Young kid. You can tell. He's got a gun. He's pointing it right in her chest. Give me your keys. I ain't giving you my keys. Give me the keys, bitch. I live right there. I'm going to go give me the goddamn keys. No, get off me. Get off me. And she's an older woman. She's probably late 60s. He's going through her stuff, pulling out her purse, her wallet, throwing everything on the ground. Give me the keys. No. Youth of today. He grabs her phone, throws it down, and then he starts walking off nonchalantly like nothing happened. And then he goes on about his day. Oh, man. You hate to see that. You really do, because you're like going, Jesus Christ. Like I said, youth of today. Now, this guy right here, stay on the video with me, walks into a nail salon. You ain't going to, and this is basically this weekend, you ain't going to take my money. And this guy walks into a nail salon full of, it's crowded house, nail salons. And the suspect attempts to do a robbery. And it doesn't go as planned. And this is in Atlanta. Shocker out there. So here we go. This one's got audio, and it's it's funny. Guy walks into a nail salon, and he's got almost like one of those man purses, where it's a shoulder strap, and it's, square or whatever, and it's got a flip top with a clamp on it. And he's got his hand down into this man purse, and this is what happens. Here he comes.
Everybody get down!
Everybody get down!
Everybody! It's got the buckets!
He said, everybody get down. And he's got a backwards hat on. He's got Run DMC sunglasses on, black shirt, jeans, and white tennis shoes.
Get out your money! Get out! Where's the money?
So he goes to the cashier, who's probably the grandfather, Asian nail salon. No one there speaks English. Everyone just plays dumb. And then he's like, what? Huh? He's walking around.
Give me the money!
Give me your money.
Where's the money? Everybody give me everything! Where's the money?
Everybody give me everything. Nobody in this joint speaks English. Looks around. He's still by the front door. All right. I ain't getting anywhere here. Pushes the door open. Walks out. Nothing happened. Fucking morons. Give me your money. Give me your money. And he's realizing, making second, let me switch back to camera one, making second decisions on life choices that he's made, and decides to go, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm not, I'm not cracked up to be this. All right, guys, when we come back, one more little segment, we'll let you get back to enjoying the rest of your day. You listen to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love for you to be part of the show. And the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET radio.com. And at the bottom of the page is a little blue bar. It says Be Heard. Click on that. Hit the record button. You can be alongside of us right here in the studio. You can be podcast famous. You can be anonymous if you'd like. All you have to do is speak right into that on the microphone of whatever device you're listening to us on, and it comes right to our inbox, and we'll play it on this podcast or the very next podcast as well. Now, with the sun out there, I was out there doing my fence. We were redoing one of the pastures out there, and yes, I'm still working on the fence. I'm a one-man guy. I'm trying to get out there and handle that stuff by myself. My wife's working. My dad, he can't step outside without falling over or something like that. He can't help me. He just can't lift anything. So he sits in the house, especially these hot days out there. And my wife, she's busy doing so. I'm not saying woe was me or anything like that. I'm just saying there's a lot more things going on here on the property, and this is my job of what I need to do. Now, it was hot as hell the other day, and I got a nice little, I was born and raised in Florida, so I've got my Florida glow back on. I don't look like a North Carolina woodsman, pasty with a big old gray beard. But now I've got my Florida glow back. Now, there's a trend out there that they say, please don't do, and it's called beer tanning. Now, you ask yourself, well, what's beer tanning? It's exactly what you think it is. So I'm going to switch over to camera 4, and you guys can see this in real time as we're talking about it here. Why beer tanning? Is it good for you or bad for you? So let's find out.
Or just sit on the beach and soak in the warm rays. But when it's this sunny and bright, the first thing you may want to do is reach for the sunscreen.
Actually, we put it on before we even left so that we would make sure that we had good coverage and that it had time to absorb and do all the things it needed to do. But yeah.
Right. And the thing is that you're not out here trying to get a tan, right?
No, we're out here trying to enjoy the weather and enjoy the park and the sun, but not damage our skin.
But the latest round of bad advice from the internet could cause a lot of damage to your skin, because beer tanning is a thing. Just a bottle of beer poured on your skin and a dose of UV and other harmful rays baking you to a fine crisp. No sunscreen, no tanning oil, and no protection.
Well, it's just like having beer-battered fish, beer-battered shrimp, something like that. You figured it'd be the same way. Beer-battered skin. Oh, look at me. I had a couple beers while I was out there, but Jesus Christ, for every 2 beers that I drank, I must have drank 3 gallons of water. So it's hot. It's hot out there, so be careful. So here we go. Here's a doctor telling us why it's bad for you, the beer tanning.
I was shocked. Like, why would anyone do this? I think besides
because we're
everything we think
morons
about with like just ultraviolet exposure and putting yourself outside without sunscreen, but why would you want to put something sticky and messy all over your body?
Cleveland Clinic dermatologist Dr. Shilpi Caterpaul says beer tanning has the potential to do very damaging things to your skin. She says beer can keep your skin from breathing, which could make you more susceptible to heat stroke and dehydration. But the worst part of all this is that beer is just water and hops and leaves your skin too unprotected. And the doctor says it's a bad message for a very vulnerable group.
The age groups that are, following these trends are like the 15 to 34-year-olds. They're the ones that are, have a lot of these views of like, the beer tanning and all these fads. That's also the same age group that has a disproportionately high incidence of skin cancer, and that is on the rise. So we're just going to see that number go up as this population ages.
Well, good. It'll weed out the morons that are out there. And then like, all right, well, what happened to him? He did the beer tanning. Oh, really? Oh, he had such a bright future working at the self-checkout at Target or something. Yeah, so be careful out there. Beer tanning. Now, I've spelt beer on me and stuff. I mean, how does that start? There's got to be some kind of scientific... Let me switch back camera on. Hello, it's all about me. There's got to be some kind of idiots, all right, it's beer and hops, and it's one of those joint moments where you smoke. I wonder if we put this beer on us, would it bake us like beer battered fish or beer battered shrimp or beer battered whatever? We could be beer battered, and it's a golden brown, man. Yeah, that's what we could do. Morons. Go ahead and erase those people off the planet. Now, this woman right here, another bad idea, is this woman from Australia. Hold on, I got to find the article. Here we go. This is all the stuff that happens behind the scene. This girl right here is in love with her daughter's new name, but a lot of people said it's more intended for a dog. So on a Facebook parenting group, of course, writing in Australians' parenting Facebook group in Melbourne, a mom asked, is the name Smokie really such a bad idea for a girl's name? Smokie, S-M-O-K-I-E, just like it sounds. I keep coming back to that name all the time, and everyone says it's no good, but I'm in love with it, and I can't change my mind. She hasn't even met the baby yet, and she's calling it Smokie. Smokie would be a nice nickname. Oh, man. I think that, oh, Jesus, fucking ads. I think of naming my little girl Smokie hashtag Smokie-Marie hyphen. Marie is my sister, and I'm wanting that as her full name and giving my other sister's name as her middle's name. Okay. So Marie is my sister's name, and I want her full name and giving my other sister's name as her middle name. And the name flows together nicely for me, but I don't want to set my kid up for failure. Parents, believe me, when you start naming your kids these weird, made up, stupid names, you change letters in the names, they're going to get called out, and they're not going to have much in life. I hate to say it, but when you name your kids and start replacing all the letters, it's going to be weird for that kid to grow up because people's not going to know how to announce their name or go ahead and presume who they are, what they are, and where they came from. Now, so this woman right here said, I'm going to name my daughter Smokie. Smokie, it's not bad. It's more of a nickname than anything. I actually said to my wife, now, you guys know me as the Deacon, but my real name is Travis. And as you guys know, well, you guys might not know, I said to my wife, I'm going to change my name. I'm going to spell my first name this. T-R-A 6S. And she's like, well, why are you going to do that? I said, well, because it spells my name. She's like, I don't get it. And when I say 6, 6. The regular number 6. Well, what do you mean? I said, well, what is Roman numeral for 6? She's like, VI. I go, well, there you go. That's my name. So maybe that's something out there. So I'm going to be, from now on, I'm going to be TRA 6S. That's my name from now on, starting today. Boom, done. I want you to refer to me as Trey Sixes. There you go. I know. I'm just messing up something for someone out there. Oh, man, I already made your Christmas card. Now, do you know what NPC is? I play video games religiously. And any free time that I get, I like to sit there and play video games. It's the hand-eye coordination. But there's a new trend right now on TikTok Live. Now, a lot of people will go on TikTok Live and make sure I'm on the right camera. Hi. And holy shit, there are some jokers out there. Christ. I sit there, there's one guy, he looks like the Crypt Keeper. He's got green stringy hair, and he's like, hey man, I'm blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, God, Jesus Christ. Are these people for real? Yes, they don't go outside. They don't do anything. They just sit there on TikTok Live or live stream, and they just want people to just sit there and gawk over them. I don't know, but they feel important somehow. Now, NPC, this girl right here makes a shit ton of money being an NPC on TikTok. And you say, okay, Travis, what is NPC? NPC is a non-player character or non-playable character. And when I say that, when you're playing video games, here's a prime example. The movie, what is it, Free Guy? He is a NPC. He is a non-playable character. So if you're like walking down the street and there's like people that walk by you that the computer just pre-programs them and they just do their own thing, and you have no control of them, you don't react with them, you can't interact with them or anything like that, that is an NPC. People are doing that, and you're like, going, well, what does that mean? So if you're watching this, here's a great time for you to watch the video. You ready? Because this girl's making $200,000 a year doing this. And all she's doing right here is this motion. I got to bring the camera back so I don't look like a moron. So, tighten that up. So what she's doing is she's just kind of repeating this one motion back and forth. And then if someone does like a heart, the character will go like this. And then if someone puts, whatever, like tokens or whatever, just to see what things she would do. And if they put it like a $50 token, which equals to like pennies or something like that, she'll go like this. Like Sims. They just sit there and they just do this repeated motion over and over just to show that they're alive. And then all these little emojis will pop up and hi. And then back to the thing. I don't do it. I don't do it as good as this girl does. But I'm going to switch cameras so you can see what this girl actually does. And her name is, I had it here just a minute ago, Pink Dolls. And this is what she does. Here we go. She's good at it too. So here she is. So she's blowing kisses. She's not really doing anything. She's doing... These are like the best of. So she's standing there in the kitchen. Whoop. Whoop. Huh. Whoop. She's just bouncing. Someone put a light. Oh. She did like a cat bunny ears. What is she doing? Get out of here! She just sits there and does these, little cat move, little cat move. All right, it's freaking me out, man. It's freaking me out. But she's making tons of money. Let me switch back to the camera. Can you see me okay? Is it me? I don't know. Is it me? I don't know. So she's doing out there, and people are doing this on their TikTok Live and generating income. You've got to have absolutely nobody in the house to do this, because someone from the outside looking in is going to look at you like you're mentally retarded. There's something wrong with you when you're sitting in front of a camera. Are you stuck? Are you having a stroke? I don't know. And second of all, you can't have your family and friends on your TikTok if you're doing this type of stuff, because they're gonna be like, what happened with you the other day? Your TikTok was like skipping or something. You kept doing the same things over and over. Grandma, don't worry. I was just making some money. How do you make money doing that? Well, she's found a way to do it, and that's Pink Doll out there, and there's a whole bunch of other ones out there. So if you see that on your TikTok live feed as you're scrolling and doing the whole thing like that, that's what it is. People are just doing this non-playable character, and if you hit like or subscribe, or not like or subscribe, just put an emoji out there, the person will do a different flip or something like that. But the delay on that, because I reacted or chatted with a couple of people that were doing the TikTok live, a couple of people that I follow, and I would chat, and it would take almost a full minute before they reacted to it. So if they can make it a little bit faster, do me a favor. I need instant response. That's what I need. All right, guys, on that note, I'm going to let you get back to enjoying the rest of your day. Make sure you follow us on all your social networks. Make sure I'm closing out of this. Make sure you follow us on all your social networks, and the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. Click on social contacts. Make sure you follow us on your YouTube channels. If you'd like something for free, we'll give you something over there as well. Make sure you fill that out. We got a couple headphones left, not many, so get yours out there for people here in the United States. Oh, unfortunately, those overseas, I can't get them out to you. I'm not paying $38 to ship a $20 set of headphones to you. Only people here in the United States will ship those out to you. And if you'd like to be heard, you can do that as well over on the Prophet Radio website. All right, guys, on that note, I'm going to let you get back to enjoying the rest of your day. My name is the Deacon, saying good night and good night. There. That's $1 million right there.